everybody, welcome back to TAZ's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One, here to empower and inspire your wig journey. Today we're going to take a look at a new style by Raquel Welch, releasing May of 2022. This one is called Wavy Day in an absolute fan favorite color. We're going to examine it in shaded cappuccino. We'll unbox it. You'll see it right along with me for the very first time, and I'll take you through styling coming up. This wig style was sent to me free of charge by Wig Studio One for this review today, so I could try it before you buy it. We invite you to shop at Wig Studio One. If you go below this video and expand the description box, I'll attach a link directly to this style at Wig Studio One. It'll take you out. You can see all of the color options available on this style. You can see the price and order directly from there if you wish. If you have any questions for us, please reach out to support@wigstudio1.com. So let's hurry up and unbox this style. I am super excited about this one. Based on the manufacturer's description, I'm expecting a mid-length, a kind of a softly curled style, very minimally layered. It looks really, really cute. So let's take a look at this Wavy Day in the color RL1222 SS, which is a shaded cappuccino. Shaded cappuccino is one of my favorites, and I know it's a fan favorite as well. It's a very popular color. It's attached by these bobby pins here. So we're gonna remove that. So it's turned out inside out, and a lot of times they do this to help avoid what they call cold set or box hair, as we also call it, but it really does minimize some of the warping and things that you can see when the fibers are set a certain way in the box. Okay, so this is Wavy Day. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the tag here after I just look at it briefly to make sure everything looks good so far. So let's go ahead and remove that tag. That one was a little easier to remove than some of them. I end up having to cut them. There's the tag. So that we have it turned inside out now, let's go ahead and examine this cap. Now this cap is a Memory 3 cap. This is their latest version, and it's very, very well built here. I have seen these before, and I think they're very high quality typically. So let's take a look. You'll see an extended lace front, so that runs temple to temple and beyond back into each of the ear tabs here. I love it when they do that extension. It obscures seams. Sometimes you could, if you cut it off abruptly at the temple, you can start to see a seam, which limits your styling ability. So this really does give you a little more versatility in your styling. And then there's a seam that adjoins that single monofilament top. And you can definitely see through to the illusion of scalp through each of these monofilament features here. Now you see this little bit of a white strip here at the front of that lace. That's pretty common. So there's two things going on there. They only thread about every other knot or so right there at the very beginning of that lace front. This gives a nice natural look at the lace front, because natural human hair generally gets a little thicker as you move back away from the hairline. And then the other thing is that, see all these beautiful highlights here, this platinum? That tells me that's ran right up to that lace front in more or less of a banding effect. And I really won't know how dramatic that is until we get it applied. So we're going to take an in-depth look at this color. Always a beautiful ear tab done by Raquel Welch, a nice long sturdy stay enclosed in a velvet ear tab. And then a felted nape extended with Velcro style adjusters, lots of wefting. You notice all the wefts, the darts, and then this elastic that's holding the wefts together are typically covered by a silicone. And that silicone will help this mold a little easier to your head. And if you have limited or no biological hair underneath, it's going to give you a more comfortable feel as well. Okay, so that is the cap. Beautiful cap. Okay, so let's go ahead then. And before I shake it out or do anything, I want to try it on for you so you know exactly what it looks like without doing anything. And then I do want to discuss the fit with you, my impressions of the fit right out of the box. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, wow. I know I'm gonna love it. This color is just outstanding. Okay, I can tell you right away, you've seen that I didn't make any adjustments to this cap. It is exactly average. In the past couple of years, I struggled to get a good fit on a Raquel Welch wig because even their average caps were very large and very stretchy and roomy. This one, however, is probably exactly average. I sense that I'll make a very small adjustment when I remove it. And even so, I'm not sensing any baggy cap around the temples or at the crown or at the back. This fits amazingly, and I am so happy about that. Now, I would say that if you are a large circumference, and I have no way of measuring for large, but I would say this might be a little snug on you. So if you're used to Raquel Welch wefted average size wigs of a lot of stretch and very comfortable for average, large, and large, this one may be a little smaller than what you are used to. So making just a tiny adjustment there. Okay, and then while I have it off, you know what we do, right? We shake it and rake it, baby. So I shake it out really well and I rake with my fingers. Now this one, there is a lot of extra silicone on this from the factory. That gives it kind of a greasy look, and I can even smell that silicone coming off of this wig. I just think they get a little heavy-handed on that silicone, and that presents a bit of an issue for us as consumers because we're faced with having to wash it typically to remove some of that. And you know, I don't like washing my wigs all the time, and I don't like to start out by washing them because that starts to put wear and tear on the fiber right away. Typically, I wait a long time before I wash it. I want to say 9 to 10 wears, but if I'm only wearing them for several hours at a time, then it's definitely less often than that even. So you can see, I don't know if you can sense on camera just how much of a greasy look there is. There's absolutely no shine. Now this is the True to Life fiber by Raquel Welch, which is heat friendly. It definitely feels like that soft, velvety, heat-friendly by Raquel Welch, their True to Life fiber. So let's see, because we can wash it if we need to. And I can also use a little bit of dry shampoo to sort of sop up some of that silicone, which I don't like to do. A little bit of friction as well. But again, that's wear and tear on the wig. Let's reapply now. Cannot believe how well this fits me, guys. If you have a petite or petite average circumference, this is one Raquel Welch style. It's not marked petite, but I think it'll fit you fine if it's consistent. We can see variance from style to style, piece to piece of the same style in its sizing. But you know, I just think I am going to absolutely adore this because when I get a really nice fitting wig, I just love it all the more. It becomes very near and dear to me because every time I reach for it, I don't have to worry about adjustments and bagging and gapping and things like that. Okay, wow. So you see, this is right out of the box. Just a couple of shakes and a couple of rakes, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. There is so much potential for loving this one. Now I have to say that the manufacturer's photos for this style feature a very loose wave, and it looks like it was brushed out, a brushed out wave instead of this more of a choppy separated texture that I'm noticing on this one. See all that texture? It's more of a beach wave kind of a texture. Again, I just want to get in there and do my typical things. I like to build in a little lift. Let's see. So there's no stiff and permanent KELLOGG at the front. So you could easily wear it down over the forehead in this kind of a look. I like that too. But you know me, I am a fan of a little bit of contour and lift at the front. So I can easily accomplish that just with the heat of my hands. The Raquel Welch fiber tends to react better to just the heat from my hands or a hair dryer versus steam. Somehow when I try to steam style a Raquel Welch heat friendly, it doesn't take as easily, and it takes more passes with the steam. So, okay, let me just rate that out a bit. So the front pieces here are 11.5 inches. That's gonna stretch, you know, well below my chin here because I'm 6.5 from hairline to chin. So we're talking another 5 inches below my chin. Now what I really, really love, and you saw this right out of the box where there's just a little bit of curl, a back curl on either side of the part. And the parting space kind of naturally wanted to divide right there, just a little left of center, which is typically how we see them parted. And then from there, you have the back curls, those curling iron curls away from the face, which are a little more smooth than some of the choppier curl in the back. All right, now let's examine this lace front real quick to see what we're looking at. So, temple to temple lace, and there is a pretty heavy banding effect there with the platinum highlighting. According to the manufacturer's description, it's about 4.3 ounces. It feels like between 4 and 5 ounces is my guess. But when the cap fits me really, really well, it always feels lighter on my head because I just don't feel like it's clunky. So I feel like it is very lightweight, the fiber. Now it's the typical heat-friendly fiber by Raquel Welch. I described it as being sort of a velvety feel. Each one of the fibers is about a medium denier. This one though, actually has a little bit of a finer fiber in it than a lot of the other Raquel Welch heat-friendly wigs. You know, maybe they're trying to mimic Belle Tress in that way. They keep improving their fibers, so the competition is good, right? The density on this one is just a nice average density. I wouldn't call it a light density because I feel like with the minimal layering here, it does produce a nice lush look, but it's not overly dense. There's not too much fiber here. And you can definitely see where you're not getting a bulbous, voluminous look on the sides, which we can sometimes see if the density is too heavy, right? And then it falls limp around the face. We're definitely not in that category here on this one. I'm noticing that there's very limited permatease on this one as well. Very little. I'm not sensing any pillowy permatease. This one also reminds me a lot of the Belle Tress's amount of permatease. I can't help but to draw these comparisons because I do wear a lot of Belle Tress, and if you're familiar with that brand, you know that they're very low on permatease as well. So this means that we're probably not going to get any lift on the top. You're not going to be able to fluff up any permatease at the base to give it any lift. Any lift that you're going to want, you're going to have to put that in with heat and use product even to make it stay. So the description of this color, they typically describe it as being a light golden brown with some more ash, light ash blonde highlighting. And I think for the most part that is true. Although I feel like this brown as the base color, this light brown, is a little more neutral than what you would think of for golden brown, because this color is not a warm color. It's more neutral in my opinion, because it has a combination of both, and it's just a beautiful composition of layering in this color. Now in the front, you're going to see a little bit of a lighter, almost a platinum around the face, and then those light blonde, ash blonde highlights are distributed profusely throughout the entire style here. And I really love that. Now this is a rooted color, and sometimes I forget to even say that because the root is so inconspicuous. It just looks like a totally natural transition from the root to the color. You can see that here, that it's more of a medium brown root that transitions into that lighter brown base color. And then all this highlighting, certain parts of that highlighting are taken up a little further, and I think that just gives it a nice natural look, a softer transition. So I know you want to see this wig from all angles, because I have not seen it from all angles until I go to edit it. So let's go ahead and take a look. And so yeah, I am really impressed with this. It ticks the boxes for me personally. I understand that not every wig is going to be everybody's cup of tea, but as a reviewer, I'm going to give you all the objective information, but I can't help my excitement sometimes when I really like a style. So let's try glasses. Beautiful. It fits between the ear and the ear tab securely. So it would be if you are a full-time glasses wearer or you wear glasses to the office, this wig is going to be friends with your glasses. Okay, so let's get to it. We'll see you again soon on TAZ's Wig Closet at Wig Studio 1.